impromptu episode for the House of Petty. Just gotta share the stuff to Facebook and Twitter land and everything like that. So, how's your day going, babe?
That's okay so far. How about yours?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just had to do the dental appointment today. Had to get that out the way. Um, Pardon me, people. Just
Yeah, just
putting.
doing daily activities, doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay, so now that that is shared, so point of this podcast right here is anybody that knows the podcaster, YouTube guy, Queensflip. He normally does hip hop stuff. He is in the midst of some homophobic action.
Mm-hmm.
The man went ahead and had a guest on his podcast. If any of you watch Power Book 2, he goes by the name of Zeke. And he was on there, and Queen's Flip was basically trying to pry into his sexuality. And he literally tried to drag out the point where the dude would admit he's gay or something like that. And I mean, I understand being a podcaster, being a blogger, vlogger, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them go to great extents to get a story. But when it comes to somebody's sexuality, and if they haven't been comfortable enough to come out about it and stuff like that, especially if they're an actor and everything like that, like don't try to pry to the point where you're making your guest uncomfortable to the point where now they're kind of ashamed to come out or something like that. Like that's something somebody needs to deal with on their own. They need to take their time to come out.
Right.
Yeah, so that was just real shady. I feel like on his part, he never should have done something like that because that's literally playing with somebody's life to an extent. Because there are people that committed suicide over the thoughts of coming out.
Exactly. It really bugs me. People don't mind their business. They just don't. I mean, if the man happens to be gay, bi, pansexual, whatever, so the fuck what?
His business, his business, not Queen's Flips. Like Queen's Flip, you got your own business, whatever the fuck you do.
Whatever the fuck you do in your bedroom, in your love life, and that's with anybody. That's your business.
Mhm.
Mind the business that pays you, which is what a lot of y'all don't do.
And
And
like,
that's the problem.
and like I get it, he'll probably say like, "Oh, but my podcast does pay me," blah blah blah, stuff like that.
Of
Like,
course, he gonna say that your
yeah,
podcast pays you, but still making somebody uncomfortable. That's not cool
no, and
and unprofessional.
and like yeah, your podcast may pay you, or advertisers that you have on your podcast may pay you, or whatever. But trying to make
Hell, just look at shit. Just look at Tasha K, dumbass.
she's being sued. Well, no, she was sued, and Cardi B won.
Mm-hmm.
So now Tasha K owes money, not makes money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like understand like yeah, you may have a podcast and you may want to be, you know, on the edge or whatever, like try to like, maybe bully people into saying certain things, but when you bully somebody into trying to come out the closet and everything like that's just fucked up. That's no longer being edgy. That's not being cool, whatever. Like
That's being flat out messy.
yeah, messy or a bully. That's kind of how it comes.
Like it'll be different. Like if you was just curious and like genuinely like not willfully ignorant, but just out of curiosity, then that'll give him the choice whether he wants to let you know what's up with him or not. But for you to try to force it out of somebody, nah, that ain't cool.
Nope. And I mean, there's been other people that have tried to do some shit like this. There's been talk shows like, I mean, Jerry Springer. A lot of people love the Jerry Springer show, but I mean, even on that show, there's been times where people have felt like they've gone too far. You know, they exceeded the limit of where they should have gone with a story. So
Right.
so like all those stories where they're like, oh, bringing trans people into the fold, and then all of a sudden outing somebody as like a man or something like that. Like all that stuff is where they did stretch the point too far. Like, you know, now they were misgendering their guests instead of showing their guests to the world. You know what I mean? Like now you're putting somebody in a predicament where they feel uncomfortable. That's kind of what Queensflip was doing. He was putting Homeboy in a situation where he felt uncomfortable and he didn't know how to answer the questions properly because there were questions that he probably wasn't ready for. They probably didn't go over stuff before the interview. You know what I mean? Which you don't always have to go over questions before an interview. But if it's about somebody's sexuality, sometimes the proper thing to do is be like, oh, can I ask you this question? You know, so this way, by the time they get on air, they kind of have an idea of how they're going to answer the question. And the way this dude,
Like the whole Malik Yoba situation, for example.
he was thrown off guard.
Exactly. And they told him they weren't going to ask him certain questions, but as soon as it aired, they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, as far as you know, bringing somebody on a show like that, like yo, like at least let this kid have an idea how he's going to answer because the answer the kid did give, he was going in a good direction at one point. And the way he was describing his sexuality, it seemed a little bit more like pansexual or sapiosexual, stuff like that.
And neither one is not the same as gay. So
Exactly.
whoever's thinking it, stop it. Cut the shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, he looked like he was going in a decent direction at one point with it. And then, to be honest, like, I understand where he's coming from. Like, he just didn't know how to answer it because he was thrown off guard.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're thrown off guard, like, you're just kind of
flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what to think or say. Like, yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, you're reaching for answers at that point. You know what I mean? You're like, wait, how do I pacify this so we can get over this question? I could get to the next one. You know what I mean? That's probably how he was thinking. He was probably just trying to get to the next question. You know, but to be honest with you, what I think,
I would have been trying to get to the next question too.
Yeah, and this right here is no shade at all. This is just the truth of it. If I was him and I was in his situation, I would have just got the fuck up and walked out of that studio. Because
Malik Yoba did, didn't he?
And I felt Malik Yoba did the right thing. You know, there's no reason to fucking stay there at that point. Like, I mean, you're being disrespected.
Right.
This person is showing that they literally give no fucks about you or your well-being or anything like that. They just want to, at that point,
they just want views, money, and attention.
And clout.
And basically.
Yeah.
Now, there's two types of interviewers. There's genuine interviewers. And then you got the messy interviewers.
Mm-hmm.
The messy interviewers is kind of like the Wendy Williams type.
Yeah, she is messy.
Yeah.
And that's no shade. She is.
Now the genuine interviewers, I would say the hosts of The View, The Real, daytime talk show, that type of thing. I mean, you know, it's a real talk or whatever the case may be, but at the same time, they know where to go and where not to go.
I don't know about The Real.
The clout chasing interviewers, they have no limits. They just want clout.
Yeah, but isn't The Real the one where they have like Tia Mowry or something like that? Or Tamara Mowry, whatever.
Tamira.
Samira?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. They both look alike. Like there was a reason they
you gonna say whatever.
There was a reason they had sister. You know?
Right. They both looked alike.
But yeah, the Mowry sister from The Real, like she's said some kind of homophobic, transphobic things before.
She did.
Yeah. And babe, I don't know. They didn't really pay us for advertising, so I don't know.
Oh, my bad. I'm just
Sorry.
holding on to this because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, sorry, Twister, but cough up some money and we'll give you some advertising. but yeah, I mean, you do have some interviewers that are legit. You know what I mean? Like, but for Queensflip to come out and do what he did right there, like I can't condone that shit. Like that shit was wrong all the way, all across the board.
Agreed. It was.
Hmm. But I mean, there's been a lot of fuck shit going on lately, though.
A lot of it.
Hmm. Including homophobic trans people, like homophobic and transphobic people online that think they're keyboard warriors.
Keyboard gangsters.
Yeah, and think that they could come on people's posts and just say transphobic and homophobic shit and not get held accountable.
Now, see, this was what bothers me though.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding behind fake profiles just to start shit with people and talk your shit. Even if you are showing your face on social media, if you got enough balls or ovaries or whatever to be an internet thug, to be a keyboard gangster, what you not need to do is make threats talking about I got homies for you and this and that and the other. If you're gonna talk shit by yourself, you need to get your ass whooped by yourself.
Not even that, coming on people's posts and trying to like call out their significant others for whatever reasons they want to, and then to try to like call you gay or call you this or call you that, like as if it's an insult. Like, understand, like I may be transamorous, not gay, transamorous, not bi.
Two different things.
Transamorous. But you calling me gay or whatever, like that's not an insult. I got gay homies that cool as shit.
Cool as shit and very flamboyant and will not hesitate to fuck you up.
Exactly. And I even call some of these people family. So don't get it twisted. Like, just because somebody's gay doesn't make them a bad person. Just like someone's straight doesn't make them a bad person. But when you come out the side of your mouth and you say some disrespectful shit, now you go into the level of a bad person, regardless of what your sexuality may be.
Mm-hmm.
And just for that, if anybody sees this person online, do not answer their DMs. Do not engage with them. Just report them when you see them saying some dumb shit, because they will say some dumb shit.
Report them and block them, which is what I did.
Because apparently Facebook does not want to see certain things that this person has posted that are obviously against community standards, but wants to say that they're not against community standards. But this person who claims that she's feeling Barbie, even though she's not Barbie at all.
Well, like Barbie.
Yeah. Facebook wants to try to say that this person did not violate community standards by saying homophobic and transphobic shit.
Exactly. And there's plenty of people like, I don't want to say her or him, I'm going to just call her it. Mm-hmm. That, people like that are the main reason why. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They post homophobic and transphobic shit all the time, and none of it gets reported or gets them in Facebook jail. Mm-hmm. People like me and him, like, we say real shit all the time. We don't post nothing but love, kindness, but we will cuss a motherfucker out when we need to.
Yeah, and mind you,
and y'all got us fucked up.
And mind you, this person was talking a whole lot of shit, typing a whole lot of shit out, but probably couldn't spell 90% of the words that they were trying to say. So my thing is like this: your profile says that you're a bartender. How the fuck are you a bartender? You can't even spell the name of the drink or read the name of the drink. Like, come on now, make it make sense. Drinker. Yeah, make it make sense, yo. I mean, are you literally like,
What kind of bartender is she? What's she serving? Cum cocktails?
I'm saying, like, like, are you like swishing around the sperm of last night's one night stand and then throwing it in a cup and then mixing it with a little tropical punch and calling it a drink? Like, come on now.
I mean, seriously, Facebook, y'all gotta do better. Okay, y'all got to do better for real. Like, I mean, like I said before, these homophobes and transphobes, they post a lot of fucked up shit all the time. But once we defend ourselves, we get put in Facebook restriction. We get put in Facebook correctional facility for 30 to 60 goddamn days.
Well, I've had the 30-day one.
And then this motherfucker here talking about, oh, I'm losing money, blah, blah, blah. Well, weed out the real from the fake and cut the bullshit and do the right fucking thing. How about that? Shit.
Yeah, that bitch was out of pocket. Queensflip was out of pocket. The both of them be out of pocket. Like,
hell, they even had the nerve to try to report my shit when I was advertising my hair growth oil. Like, no, don't do that.
Wait, who reported you?
Somebody reported me. They tried to put me in Facebook jail for advertising my hair growth oil.
Nah, that's weird.
As fuck. And I got on their asses about that.
Like, how the fuck you gonna try to report somebody for selling a product?
Like, you worried about your money, but you stop in my bag? No. We, the people that have accounts on that damn Facebook, we brings the business, okay? We brings the business, okay? And then on top of that, you got homophobes harassing me, misgendering me, and making fun of my brother on my business page. Oh no, you got me fucked up. Nah. And let me say this again, okay? For you internet thugs that like to hide behind fake profiles, which are no life, no job, no dick and coochie getting ass, that's probably up in their goddamn mama and daddy house, playing video games, eating up everything out of house and motherfucking home, sucking your stepmama's dick, coochie, whatever, or stepdaddy and shit. I said what the fuck I said, okay? Y'all motherfuckers need to see some damn psychiatrists and get a motherfucking life. And I already know what a motherfucking hater gonna say. You need to see a psychiatrist and understand your gender. I do understand my fucking gender, you son of a bitch. What you see right here is woman, WOMAN. Okay? That's all you see up in here. I ain't got shit to me or him or anybody that is in our community ain't got shit to prove to y'all at all. But so do us a favor, put a condom on your heart if you got one, and fuck your feelings. Those of you that are our allies that love us, baby, we love you too. Go ahead, say what you need to say, baby.
But back to Queensflip. If I'm correct, he's also made videos where he goes up to rappers that he knows or whatever, trying to give them a hug and play off that, homophobe, like toxic masculinity shit, where the rapper is like, yo, get off me, blah, blah, stuff like that. But he tries to make it look like it's a little gay or whatever, right? So he's doing those little pranks. But then when he gets an actor on his show that he may think is gay, he wants to try to drag that person out the closet. Like, make that make sense. That shit makes no sense whatsoever.
Sounds to me like he's snitching on himself.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's gay or anything like that. All I'm saying is that it's a little sus, so to speak. Like, like you over here you're over here trying to play these pranks where you're trying to involve like a little homo-esque, like, situations, but then you want to try to make it out like, oh, just be real about it. Say if you're gay, say you're gay, blah blah. So
Right.
like come on, man. Like it doesn't take a genius to see where you was trying to go with that shit.
Exactly. It's just tacky and just disgusting.
Hmm.
It really is. Like I hate when mothers be like, "It's okay if you're gay." Like, how dare you? I don't know how much bleach these motherfuckers have drunk or how much sperm these motherfuckers done swallowed, but cut the homophobic and transphobic bullshit and let people live their lives and mind your motherfucking business.
Because like I said before, there's been people that have committed suicide over stuff like this. There's people that get put in dangerous situations because somebody tries to out somebody, in front of a person that is toxic and will harm somebody. So it's like you got certain situations that can end up bad for a person, but then you want to play around with somebody that's not even out of the closet. Like, we don't know if this guy's gay. He could be pansexual, he could be sapiosexual, he could be straight. You don't know. So it's like you got a person on your show where like he's not in a position to talk about that topic and you want to bring it up because you think it's going to get you views and ratings. Like that's not smart.
It's actually dumb and tacky. And it's actually making you look sus.
But the biggest part about it is that it's dangerous.
They don't care.
Yeah. Well, if you have a podcast and you want a future where you're going to get a diverse level of guests, you ought to care. Because now, due to that, maybe there is another actor or a rapper or whatever that has been in the closet, but then they decide that they want to come out. I don't think your podcast is going to be the first pick.
I don't think so
No.
either.
Or the second pick for that
And
matter.
if any celebrity is in the closet, mind your business and let them come out on their own. Just like you a grown ass man, these celebrities are grown ass men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna use Jocelyn Hernandez as an example. Okay, she openly admitted to being bisexual.
And then made homophobic remarks.
Exactly. Yeah, she's a hypocrite, but still, she came out as bisexual. Okay, wasn't nobody all up on her case about that. Although she did make some hypocritical homophobic remarks. Because you can't be a bisexual person and then be homophobic or transphobic yourself. That's just it's hypocritical as hell.
It's stupid as well because you're pushing away the community that you just came out as being part of.
Exactly.
So it's like, so it doesn't make
like
sense
you
at all.
fucking yourself up because 9 times out of 10, where do these celebrities normally make their money?
On the internet.
Who gives them the money?
Their fans.
And who are they fans?
Most of the time, LGBTQ people.
Exactly. Get it together. Shit.
But I mean, that's what we got for tonight. Just wanted to come on here with this impromptu episode because it was some shit that we had to get off our minds. But yeah, Mike Brooklyn.
Latria Brooklyn.
This is the House of Petty. Unfortunately, we're missing some of the members. They're not here right now.
Well, of course they ain't, because they got lives. We know that.
Yeah, but you can find me at Mike Brooklyn on Twitter. And
you can find me at Miss Brooklyn on Twitter, Miss Brooklyn on Instagram, Miss Brooklyn on TikTok. And if you may want to buy some hair growth oil, you can check out my Transfinity official business pages, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I take Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. $35 a bottle. Oh, and trust and believe it does grow your hair out. So whether you a woman that just lost her edges and have alopecia, or if you are a man who have a bald spot in certain areas, like male pattern baldness back here, or you're losing your hairline, or you're balding in the beard area.
what I should say.
Get you a bottle of Transfendi. Your girl got you, okay? Your hair will be growing and you will thank me later, okay?
So until next time,
Bye.
peace, love, and stay the fuck away from homophobes and transphobes.